is Mental Health Awareness Month. So if your problem is just a case of the blahs, you may want to pay attention really to an old saying.
Yeah, yes, you are what you eat, and there are foods that can lift your spirits. And here to tell us about them is Dr. Uma Naidoo. She goes by Dr. Uma, and she is here with Dr. Uma's Mood Foods. Good morning, Dr. Uma. Thanks for being with us.
Hi, Hazel and Dan. It's great to see you guys again.
We love having you here because most of your suggestions sound like what we should all be eating for a good breakfast. Some of us run though without breakfast. So does skipping a meal actually affect your mood?
It can. It depends on the person. You know, some people do intermittent fasting and that helps them, that they feel okay, and their doctor knows that's completely fine. But for many of us, you know, especially if you take medications, it's important to make sure that you have something in your stomach. So, you know, what I did is I thought of simple foods that we can buy every day, that we might have in our pantry, but are also cost effective, that you can do on a budget. Because people always assume that in order to eat for your mental health or to eat to help your mood, you have to spend a lot of money. Because lots of foods, like we've talked about before, wild sockeye salmon and things like that can be more costly. But there are also other foods that are everyday things you can get into your diet.
Yeah, and the first one on your list is one of my favorites, bananas.
Bananas contain many nutrients. One of them is vitamin B6. And vitamin B6 actually helps to synthesize important neurotransmitters in our brain, like serotonin and dopamine. So adding those in a few times a week is a great idea to help keep your mood even and just help you feel better, as well as satiated. And then, you know, I like to pair those with things like oats. My favorite are steel-cut oats or oat groats, because most Americans don't get enough fiber in our diet, and oats are rich in beta-glucan type of fiber, really great for us. But they also, you know, everyone's hearing about inflammation these days. They contain an anti-inflammatory substance called AVA. And Dan and Hazel, I'll spare you the long medical name. But basically, it helps to lower inflammation, and that's a great choice for you too, as well.
Okay, so what was the second thing? Oats groats?
Yes, oat groats.
What's oat groats?
Oat groats are the least processed type of oats that you can purchase.
Okay.
And you'll see them in the supermarket if you look for them. And I like them because they're just less processed than the others. But look, as long as it's plain oats, steel-cut oats, in other words, not the ones that have added sugars in them.
Gotcha, right. Or the gummy dinosaurs in them, the ones I like. So here's the thing. We hear exactly. We hear that berries, right? Obviously, we associate berries like blueberries, antioxidants that help boost your brain, right? And it's okay to do that in smoothie form?
You can do that in smoothie form, but I would like you to do that every day, Dan, because here's the thing. If you eat a quarter, handful of blueberries, it'll take you long, you'll chew, the fiber will be broken down. But when you juice the same amount, you kind of drink it in a flash. So once in a while in a smoothie is fine, but don't do it every day, because also that sugar hit, even though it's a healthy sugar, to your bloodstream may not be ideal. So I like people to munch on it as a snack. They're rich in anthocyanins, and those antioxidants actually help to fend off some damaging substances that get formed in our body. That's why they're called antioxidants. So adding them in, however you do it, and in a smoothie once in a while is a good idea, as well as other forms of berries too. They also have fiber, by the way.
Yeah. Well, what about nuts and seeds?
Yeah, so nuts and seeds are a nice, easy one to add to salads too. You can make a chia pudding. They are rich in the right types of healthy fats. They're rich in fiber. And they also contain tryptophan, which is a building block towards serotonin, that mood-boosting hormone in our bodies. So actually adding them in is a good idea, a quarter cup a day as a snack, on a salad, however you like them.
Wait,
You can
any
just
kind
keep them
of?
in your countertop.
Any kind.
So nuts, my favorite are hazelnuts, macadamia, walnuts, almonds, cashews, pistachios. Those are a good way to go. And obviously, you know, Dan and Hazel, I know it's Memorial Day weekend, but we're talking about the natural kind of nuts, right? Not the extra flavored ones, because those tend to have a lot of added sugar, sodium.
You are killing me. I love a good, bold, and spicy almond.
Yes, I know, Dan. I'm sorry.
I know. You know, so here's the thing. Some might say I'm moody sometimes, right? And I love egg whites. And I thought that the egg yolk was like high in cholesterol and all this stuff. But you're saying eggs, the whole thing is important.
Eat eggs, eat the whole eggs, because the egg yolk is actually really rich in that compound tryptophan. And
Ah,
tryptophan in the blood plasma is going to help the development of serotonin. So I'm not asking you to have eggs every day, but have them. And when you do have them, have the yolk as well. There's neuroscience around the how we eat eggs and consuming them. So it's not as unhealthy as we used to think. And you know, have them with other foods like we're talking about today as well.
okay. And this is my favorite. We leave the best for last.
Yeah.
The final mood-boosting food is dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate. So dark chocolate has so many properties. It contains serotonin. It contains magnesium. It's rich in fiber. It's really a something that is super healthy for us. It's the extra dark chocolate, right? It's the extra dark chocolate, not really the candy bars, because those have all the less healthy substances. But here's the thing: a really large population study of more than 13,000 subjects showed that eating dark chocolate reduced depression by 70%. So having a little square of dark chocolate, adding that in, getting used to that darker, more natural chocolate is really a great way to go. I like to dip my strawberries in melted chocolate, and so that's a nice way to combine some of these foods as well.
Now you're talking.
Don't have to twist my arm about the chocolate part.
Exactly. Dr. Uma, we love you. Thanks for being here. We're out of time.
Thanks so much, Dan. Thanks, Hazel. Good to see you. Happy
good to see
Memorial
you.
Day.